Okay, so exercise number 33, we have a bridle joint, a half lap dovetail, a half lap joint, and a mortise and tenon all into these pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw our outside pieces. So I'm going to draw this light piece, duplicate it, then draw each of these dark pieces with our joints in them, assemble them together, and then use that to cut out the other half of our joints. So if I go into my sketch, I'm going to jump into here. I'm going to draw that first lighter piece of wood. So it's 400 by 90. Let's just extrude him out. So he needs to come out 45. And then we're going to use the chamfer tool to cut off the corners. So modify, chamfer, those two there. Now we don't have a distance. So let's make him 30. Looks a little bit big. We might go with 20. That looks about right. So there's our first piece done and dusted. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave him like that for now. And I'm going to go and draw my other two dark pieces. So what I might do is draw this top dark piece now. So I'm going to create the sketch of this front face. I'm going to draw it just next door, so it doesn't have to be touching it. And so it's going to be a height of 90. And it's going to be a length of 370. So just be careful. It doesn't go all the way to the end here, so it's 20 mil short. So it's 390 minus 20. And then extrude that out. And it's going to be 45 millimeters thick, sorry. And we're going to sketch off our top side because that will allow us to be able to take out our bridle, which is 15 by 90. And the same here, so 90 by 15. And we can take out our half lap at the same time. So this half lap is going to be 45 divided by 2. And it's going to be 70 long on this end. So we can finish that sketch. We can extrude those 3 rectangles out. I'm going to go through all and flip it around and cut it. I'm going to click OK. So there is my second piece done. And so we need to just sketch out our third piece here. So this one might take us a few more steps, but it's going to be 90 by 370. I can then come through and sketch out my dovetail on this end. So I don't have dimensions for my dovetail. I've just got a pitch of 1 to 6. So we're just going to draw it out like so. And we should be getting pretty close if we start dimensioning what we have. So we have a dimension for this one of 22. And same with this one will be 22. And then we know that from here to here has to be 70. Now you can see that my line isn't quite in the right spot there. So we just need to grab our line. We're going to coincident. So we're going to say that this line has to touch this line here. So this corner has to be on that line there. So coincident. And now they have to touch, so they are touching. So he should be in the right place now. And there's our shape drawn out. So we can extrude him out, going at 45. And that is now done. And so what we need to do is we need to cut out our bridle joint out of the end here. So we're going to flip him up on our sketch. And while we're here, I'm just going to turn off body 4 so he's not in our way. So we need a rectangle. And he needs to be 15 by 90. And he needs to be 15 in from this edge. We can then come and cut out our half lap on our dovetail as well, which should be there. So if I come down to here, you can see right there is the middle. And so that's done. Nice and quick, that one. And if we extrude him and him back through, I can go all the way through. He's cutting away. And so there's my second piece. So let's just turn on body 4 before we forget about him. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to duplicate my body 1 and then we're going to assemble it. So I'm going to go move or copy. I'm going to come down, I'm going to click create copy. So just be aware I'm on free move here. I'm just going to move him all the way across to that side because that's where we'll want him to be eventually. So now I have my 4 pieces and I want to assemble these together. So number one, we always need to make sure we have our components. So I'm going to right click, create component, create component, create component, and create component. And then these move around. So I need to ground one of them. So I'm going to grab the first one here. I'm going to right click and click ground. And I'm always going to click revert position, which just puts it back to where it was before I moved it. And now he's stuck. So this one here is component 2. I'm going to right click and go appearance. I'm going to grab my walnut, drag it on. I'm going to drag it onto this one as well. So now we have our darker colors and we just need to assemble these back together. So we've got our joint and we need to think about what we want to join and where we want to join it. So in this case, I'm actually going to pick this top corner. Now, why am I going to pick that top corner? Because if we look over here, I can choose the top corner here with the top corner here and then offset at a distance. So if I choose this top corner with blue facing up and this top corner with blue facing up, it'll slide in. Then I can drag it down a minus 30 millimeters. And so I can do the same down here with my bottom one. I'm going to choose the bottom left corner this time with green facing up and red facing me. And he slots in there. And then we need to drag him up 50 millimeters. So there's those two assembled. Now, how are we going to do these ones over here? We just need to think about it in a similar way. So I could grab the top corner here and the top corner here, and he'll move in, but we then need to offset him down the 30 millimeters. Click OK, and everything will move back to where it was. And so now we're fully assembled. We just need to go and use our combine tool. So target body is this one, using that one. And in fact, on this last one, what I'm actually going to do is we can select multiple. So we can go target this with this and this. And there we have it. So we should be finished now. If we wanted to double check, I can go and start turning off my components. And that is what our joinery would need to look like in our other pieces. So if we wanted to make this joint exercise, we'd have to cut out all of those pieces. And our other pieces would look like so. And that's exercise number 33 completed.